The bombing continues in Israel. There are hundreds of casualties in Gaza. Let's get the latest word with Israeli journalist Tal Heinrich. Joins us live. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, Israel has beat the coronavirus, right? But it has different challenges right now to fight.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. What is it, about 4 p.m. where you are now? Has things ramped up? Have they calmed down a little bit? How are things on the ground right now?
Well, I am based in New York right now, but I just returned from Israel 2 weeks ago. Everything changed over the course of 2 weeks, as you can imagine. You know, throughout the entire weekend, Hamas continued to fire missiles towards Israeli territory every time, challenging the missile defense system even more. The Iron Dome, the IDF, the Israeli military, just said that in the last 12 hours, over 140 rockets were fired from Gaza. I just read that another Israeli civilian was killed, so the death toll continues to rise. I think that we are talking about 10 casualties so far on Israel's side since the beginning of this round of escalation. As you said, the IDF continues to operate in Gaza, mainly from the air, cracking down on Hamas and Islamic Jihad operatives. Thursday night saw a very successful attack for the Israeli military, and we could talk about it a bit deeper later. And there was another interesting development that I think we should mention over the weekend. Friday saw clashes again in the West Bank, this time on another front between Israeli security forces and Palestinians. And think about it, Carl, this is exactly what Hamas wishes to see. Another challenge to Israel on another front, but also something in the West Bank, as you know, is also undermining the stability of the Palestinian Authority there. Yeah. And if this is not challenging enough, you know, the domestic front has been very, very challenging for Israel's military police and police, because whenever I talk to Israelis, and I should say Jews and Arabs alike, they describe to me that the riots, the violence in mixed Jewish Arab towns like Acre, like Jaffa, like Lod and Haifa is something that has been very difficult to deal with and contain. Sometimes it's even scarier to them or more concerning that the constant threat of the missiles that they are somewhat used to.
Right. You know, and this is like the first major attack that Joe Biden has really had to deal with on any type of global conflict here. I mean, we saw this wind down a little while. There's talk of a ceasefire, but there's always a ceasefire, and then it happens again, and then there's a ceasefire, and then it happens again. I mean, like, what's going on here? Is there any real possibility of actually putting this to bed?
That's a good question. Well, the long term, of course, we'll have to come up with a better solution, you know. But as it's the vicious cycle of violence in the Middle East, and specifically in this region, Israel and the Palestinian territories. But you know, regarding the Biden administration, of course, that the U.S. is somewhat involved, as we're hearing from different reports behind the scenes in trying to de-escalate the situation. Also, there have been some reports that Russia, the European Union, even Egypt and the UAE leader have been somewhat involved in talks behind the scenes. But as you know, Benjamin Netanyahu told the Israeli public just a few days ago that this operation will take some time, and at the end, Israel will regain its deterrence. On the other hand, if we're talking about the Biden administration, I will tell you that they have been very supportive of Israel's right to defend itself by also buying Israel some time and leeway to operate and avoid international criticism by pushing the UN Security Council session to Sunday. So we should wait and see what will come out of this session. But if you're thinking about that, both sides, I will say, the Israeli and also Hamas have their winning images to present to their public. So, but you never know in the Middle East. You know, you don't need somebody to intend a war for a war to actually erupt.
Yeah, no, I spent 9 years in and out of Iraq, so I completely get it. Now, this is something, though, in the past, this is something that always kind of gets me is, you know, Israel has typically been blamed for responding to rocket attacks. They said, you know, oh, they're escalating the situation and things like that. But, you know, this has been going on for generations. This is not like this didn't happen in the last few years. This is a generational conflict. You know, what started this one this time?
You will get many different answers from many people, but I tend to divide the causes into two different categories. You have the more imminent triggers that everyone was talking about. Everyone was, talking about the home ownership dispute in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood in East Jerusalem, but that is a legal dispute, that also a case that has been in front of the Supreme Court for a while, and the court hearing was postponed. And then you had very viral TikTok videos of Palestinian youth punching Jewish Orthodox in Jerusalem. And that is something that has been brewing for a while. It led to protests and counter protests and then clashes in Jerusalem. And of course, you have the bigger picture of, the Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, postponing, or rather canceling, I think we should call it this way, the Palestinian elections. And you have Hamas that has to, regain its deterrence as this powerful force that is also actively militarily acting against Israel, especially, they were humiliated by the UAE and Bahrain normalizing their ties with Israel, and also by the arrangements that they had with the Trump administration through Egypt and the money coming in from Qatar. So somewhat Hamas, has gone low key for several years, and now they have to show that they are this powerful force once again. Yeah. And you have instability, we should say, also on Israel's side, right, which is something that Israel's enemies want to, take advantage of. And sure, going back just to complete the bigger picture to the Biden administration, you have a new administration in the White House that is reversing Trump-era right policies in the region that worked in favor of Israel, in what is emboldening now Israel's enemies.
I mean, it's a shocking web of complicated things. Tal Heinrich, appreciate you joining us very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.